Kakadas on the beats.
DJ what? DJ Bone.
Beautiful good afternoon to you, wherever you're watching us from. This is yours truly, Mr. Panuka. It's been a while since we had a chat here on our YouTube channel. It's quite a lovely, time. The April to May, transition. Obviously, no rains. We can kind of farm, with quite a number of variables, I think, under control. So quite some very lovely, time of the year in terms of, just general, production. So it's always good to come through here. I think it's been a bit busy for us to really be consistent in terms of, production of, YouTube, content. As you may be aware, just a couple of weeks ago, we did host the U.S. Vice President, Madam Kamala Harris, right here at the farm. So the build up to that event was quite consuming in terms of just the time, and so so let me just show you around what we have here. Obviously, it would be very selfish of me not to show you exactly what I'm looking at, which is iceberg, lettuce. So as you may be aware, during rain season, iceberg lettuce production usually is a bit of an issue. If you do it, in open field, it actually rots, from the bottom. So what we actually do is that we migrate, iceberg, lettuce production into the greenhouses and the tunnels. And then once the rain, goes, then we come out in open, field. And like you will see shortly, it actually comes out very, beautiful. So let's dive in so that you actually see the spectacle that I'm actually looking at here now that we have migrated to open field, production of iceberg lettuce. So dive in. So this is how the iceberg, lettuce looks like. In open field, looking quite lovely, lovely spectacle. So it just commenced, forming the heads. Quite a very interesting, crop. And one of the things that we know for sure is that iceberg lettuce, production in some of these high-end, technologies like hydroponics, aeroponics, and stuff like that. Now, that's been one of the areas where some of these advanced production technologies have actually failed. For some reason, iceberg lettuce loves to be grown in the soil, and you can see how beautiful it looks. So when you do iceberg lettuce production in some of these technologies, you actually end up with some very leafy lettuce. But this iceberg lettuce is kind of cabbage-like, and it's very difficult to get this under hydroponics or aeroponics. I mean, it would be interesting to see someone who will say they can actually do commercial, production of iceberg lettuce of this scale under those, technologies. So yeah, the soil still has quite some very high-profiled, place in iceberg, lettuce production. With the leafy, lettuces, you can still do in some of these other technologies. But yeah, this kind of lettuce, no, it loves the soil. So we usually plant around, 40, centimeters, double row, and it comes out just as beautiful. This is under drip. So here we have some exposed, drip lines here, just for you to see how we irrigate this. And because of the compact nature of this, iceberg, lettuce, you can actually see the evaporation also is very low. It's minimized, given that there's good, coverage of the soil. So yeah, that's the beauty of this kind of planting for this iceberg, lettuce. So this side we have the younger, crop of the same iceberg lettuce for you to actually appreciate what the younger crops look like, and the spacing So that's your 40 centimeters. And once it grows, then it covers the ground like the other, older one. And so you can see the contrast here from the younger one, which looks quite well, spaced like that. And then from this to this. So you can actually see the transition, quite a beautiful, transition. All right, folks, hope this gives you some very good, insight on how we do, iceberg, lettuce production in open field, and how lovely, it actually looks. So again, from a climate, proofing, perspective, it's very important that you understand that the same crop will do well in certain, environments, and then once you get to a certain, weather, pattern, you've got to get to different, growing environments, and that's how we do lettuce, production throughout the year. Given that we've got different, growing environments, so it's lovely to always, talk to you. Apologies that sometimes it takes quite a while, but the farm has been busy, but it's alive. Okay, as you can see, your lovely, Panuka farm still going strong, and yeah. So have a lovely one wherever you're watching us from, and until next time,